Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do kind of like a reaction video to another video I saw. The channel's name is Nosy Neighbor Lady Show. She's super funny, super cute. You guys gotta go check her out. But she did a video called Chrissy's Colorism Kids, Black Women versus Exotical Channels or whatever. And I'm gonna show you guys a clip of it in a little bit. But the part that really like grinds my gears, being a monoracial light-skinned person in the exotical sphere, one, the fact that people say that we're in these spaces because we hate ourselves or whatever, when most of us were already in the Black woman empowerment spaces. Now, some girls feel like they were kicked out of Blackness. Me, again, I feel like the difference in phenotypes depends on how much you're going to be treated that way. Like if you have quote unquote good hair and you're light skin, you're probably going to be kicked in and out more versus if maybe you don't have 4C, but you just have, just like the average, Black girl hair look. You might not be pulled in and out so as much, you might just get the, oh, be quiet, you would be in the house anyway, you'll get one of those, but you won't be completely removed like someone who is mixed race. But that does not mean that the same things that they'll throw onto mixed race people they don't do to monoracial light-skinned Black women. And I'm going to show you guys some videos of that too. I think I've talked about like my specific phenotype before. I definitely get I feel like I have been mistaken for like an Afro-Latina. I remember starting this job, and at the time I just happened to download Duolingo and I was learning to speak Spanish. And it was like a warehouse I was working at, and there was like a whole bunch of Spanish people, and I just was using them to help me practice. It was like, okay, this is a win-win. And they genuinely thought I was one of them. And when I had to tell them, like, the lady, she was like the mom of the group. She always made sure everybody had everything, and she was just so nice to me. And once I tried to explain to her, like, no, I'm Black, and she just would not take that shit for an answer. She just kept like trying to see pictures of my family and stuff. And the funny thing with me is my mom, she's more like a chocolatey brown, not very dark, but not like light either, just like a rich brown. And my father, he's definitely like really dark. I would say like a Lupita color. So the fact that I came out as light as I did, like with these Asian eyes and stuff, my mom would always tell me stories like, well, your daddy had to make sure. But as I got older, I started looking like my daddy, so don't worry. But so I just feel like I had to give you guys that context just so you know my exact phenotype. Now, a lot of people, I feel like if I'm dealing with, for example, there was this guy I was talking to. He's from New Orleans, and there's a lot of Creoles down there. Now, he's in the military, so he would travel a lot. But the thing with him is he's so used to seeing multi-generationally mixed women that he doesn't even know what a racially unambiguous Black woman looks like. Now, I'm not going to say he doesn't because they're everywhere, but men, they don't focus on anything they don't find attractive. So I'm pretty sure they were everywhere. He just didn't really notice them. But where he's from, to give him the benefit of the doubt, they're everywhere. Like most people down there are mixed. Nobody's doing the, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, like in the North, like, because I grew up in the North. So it was always, oh, what you mixed with? Oh, I got Cherokee on my family. Oh, my great granddaddy Dominican. It was like that. And I feel like where he's from, people did not do that because they really genuinely were that. So that was just something I found funny, that some people, they genuinely don't know like the difference between a light-skinned woman and like a Black woman, because he kept telling me the same way we did the video with Tyler, where South Africans were saying, Black Americans, what are you talking about? If you came to Africa, we would think you were colored too. So how is Tyler, this and that? I think it's kind of like the same thing when someone is used to knowing what like multi-generation mixed people look like, even if you're not extreme, like, the average Black American, we are kind of mixed up, but we do consider ourselves monoracial for, just for the purpose of this video. But I just found that very interesting. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the video that I saw.
Smaller people creators platform ideas and got us off the streets, i.e. vacant Black womanhood streets, but now it's the exotical biracial streets for me. So who let this happen? Let's do self-accountability. Black women. We didn't need that many do-do-do-do-dos. It's not rocket science over here. But it could be to some, I understand. But Chrissy didn't pick fights with people for years, all that back and forth, and say I said it and didn't say it, and some people call her pissy. I can't say I don't understand. I don't know if she pee in the bed or, I don't get into women's business like that. I love y'all. I don't never want to out you all like that. But she kind of stayed in drama over the years since I've been here for the last 4 years. And now her kids, a lot of them say they used to watch her. A lot of them say they used to love her. And I do feel like light-skinned women should make a channel. But I hate that light-skinned women and biracial or mixed women are not identified separately.
So I think that this is way deeper than people saying that monoracial Black girls hate themselves because they want to be in an exotical sphere or whatever, or anyone who benefits from any type of ism. I think that is what I said in my breakdown video, which definitely, in my opinion, triggered Chrissy a bit because she literally said she was going to make one video, drop these tired ass receipts of EU, and then said she wasn't going to speak on colorism ever again. And then I make my breakdown video, and other people, of course, are reacting to this as well. And she makes a whole nother live and then basically just gaslights the entire community, calling us crazy. But even more importantly, which I rebutted in my how you know you're in a cult video, I rebutted it by saying, wait a minute, she's purposely trying to make sure that dark-skinned women, specifically monoracial dark-skinned women, don't accept themselves in the exotical sphere. Now, whether you're an exotical or not, I don't care what you identify as. You can do whatever you want. We're just making up stuff as we go, right? But to tell someone that they shouldn't even watch these videos and they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that, that's like cult shit. Like, the whole point of these videos is to have commentary so that you can have as much information as you need to come to a conclusion, which are ever changing because we're always getting new information. So this is about sharing information. This isn't about hoarding information or telling someone if you watch these channels or you identify as this, you're automatically, everything you say is wrong and no one should ever hear you out. Like, that's very manipulative. And I definitely called that out. And I think that for a lot of monoracial dark-skinned Black women, they hate the fact that light-skinned women or women that benefit from certain features are like mistaken for mixed women or multi-generationally mixed women, and that we're kind of teeter-tottering back and forth. So let's say if you don't have a lot of isms and you do just look like I feel like I've heard the term like, oh, you look mixed, but that some people will say, what are you mixed with? Because they in their minds, they know you mixed. They just need to know what. And some people will hit you with the, what's, oh, you got this. Oh, you look like you because they don't really know what you're mixed with. They can just tell you have an exotic look. Like, they literally will just say that, oh, you look exotic. Even if you're monoracial and you say, no, I'm Black. So I feel like we both like kind of get thrown into the same bunch. And I feel like that's I don't want to say the word jealousy because I don't know how someone else is feeling, but I feel like it's like some type of, like, it's just like you don't want someone else's feelings or stories to be told because you think they should stay in this little box. And if you are a monoracial light-skinned girl, you know how it feels to be pushed in and out of both the Black empowerment communities and exotical communities. So that's basically what this video is about. But I'm going to show you guys the rest of this clip as well. And she's also going to say some stuff like, well, my sister's brother's is light skinned. Like, and that is so crazy that they always do that. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys finish watching this clip.
Because I have a light-skinned sister and she's Black. And I hate that her term, but I often joke about it. I often joke and clown y'all all the time about colorism. But I often joke about it because it's absurd in a way. And the women who don't care about colorism or don't talk about it, I can definitely understand their point because it ain't nothing but, oh, I want a king slong that's going to send me to the clinic. But one thing Chrissy don't know that I clicked and did hear her say, oh, they're doing this, that dark-skinned women identify as exotical or biracial. There are Black women who are clearly darker brown, Black mama, Black daddy, black, all through their bloodline, but they identify with these women because they want to be these women. They see themselves in these women, i.e. Tyler, i.e. Beyonce, all these, Danny Lay, even every.
Now, I'm not sure who she was referring to when she said people only bring up colorism conversations because they basically want BBC. But either way, that's like super male identified, specifically Black male identified. And That's not what the root of colorism should be about, black men's preferences and punishing these said preferences. That's just ridiculous. Something else that she said again that just keeps ticking me off is acting as if monoracial people don't have a right, or there's something wrong with us identifying as exotical when you're the ones that call us this shit anyway. And a lot of people think it's just multi-generation mixed people or biracial people when I'm actually going to show you guys some videos right now of monoracial black women who benefit from certain isms being literally told, no, you can't be black, you can't da-da-da-da-da. Like, even if someone is super proud. Now, I've had this happen to me where, I think I said this in another video. Whenever a guy would say, oh, what are you mixed with? You look like this, you look like that. I would always say, no, I'm black, black, black. And people just refuse to take it for the answer. Or maybe they think you're pandering, or they'll say, oh, well, you would still be a slave anyway. You would just be in the house. And they'll just say like these weird things. So I'm going to show you guys those videos real quick, and then we'll get back to the video.
A nigga run up, he gon' die. A nigga run up.
Tell me what's the vibe. Tell me what's the vibe. Tell me what's the vibe.
Funny face light-skinned women at it again. Funny face light-skinned women at it again. You're just light-skinned. And I know you look like your brother. Leave me alone. Then my thing is, if y'all was so pretty, your followers would reflect it. Bitch, you have 500 followers. You're not the it girl that you think you are. Relax.
You are white. What are you?
I'm literally Mexican.
No, no you're not.
Yes, I am.
Why you keep that tool like that? Why you move like that? I hit the club 50 big. How you keep so high like that? Why your eyes like that? Cause I put Molly in my league.
Chào anh em là con gái miền Tây mới lên thành phố được
Hold on, I got a Ku Klux Klan member on my page. Let me block this Ku Klux Klan member.
あなたダメよ可愛くないからダメよお金もないからダメよ Blasian baddie Blasian baddie I see rock I don't sip no Maggie I get shit.
So here we have a bunch of monoracial black people and some monoracial African women as well. And here they are saying their experiences and how some people even become violent when they say, no, like, I'm genuinely not mixed with anything. Both my grandparents and parents are dark skinned. I just happen to look this way. And they're treated like with this type of animosity. And honestly, I feel like at this point, when it comes to all exoticals, but especially monoracial ones, this is more than just being one dropped or pulled in and out of blackness because of features. I honestly think it's some type of like obsession, like some type of need to just like, okay, so have you guys ever heard of the term cute aggression? When something is just so attractive or so like adorable, you just want to like pinch his cheeks or something. Sometimes it can be like benign, but sometimes it can trigger and just like bring out like really weird things in people where if you weren't this beautiful, they wouldn't even think of you this way. They wouldn't obsess over you the way that they do. But because you are and you happen to meet their specific beauty standard, it's like this hyper obsession. Like, I just find it really weird.
Girl type Tracy Ellis Ross, we can just go through black womanhood and who y'all prop up. In the day we had Sanaa Lathan and Nia Long and Vivica Fox and Leela Rashawn, we had multi-versions of black beauties on television when we were coming up. So eventually it got lighter and lighter and lighter till light-skinned women couldn't even hold up the pressures of being biracial, who they identified with and gave their image away, and black women gave their image away to other race. Oh, you black girl, oh, ooh. And now that you all are policing your black womanhood, as I think you should, Or just ask them if they got a black mama, black daddy, instead of saying everybody's black, because now we see it's hurting us. We don't see ourselves in film. We don't see ourselves in videos. Y'all remember a long time ago, the Baby or Gotti did a video, and everybody was up and out for, oh, it's all light-skinned women in the video. It's all the racist women in the video. No! You all said whatever the king says beauty is beauty. And whether these girls are pretty or ugly or not aesthetically pleasing, it doesn't matter because they possess the skin tone.
Okay, so wait, something that I've noticed lately that literally just popped into my head right now. Do you know how the dark skinned black women empowered, that community, they will always get upset when people say it's not a colorism issue, you're just ugly. Like it's not your skin that makes you not exceptional. And it's not necessarily your inherent African features. You're just not aesthetically pleasing to look at. Like other people of many races, you just don't fit that mark. Not that you couldn't fit those, you can't find your own way to make your own beauty standard. But when it comes to traditional beauty, the way the world sees things, you just happen to not hit that mark. But it's not because of colorism. It's not because you're dark skinned. You're just not attractive. It's not because you don't have your essential features. You're just not attractive. You know how they hate when people say that? But they always kind of flip the coin and say, well, you're not even really pretty. You're just light skinned. Implying that my skin makes me exceptional, not my beauty. When on the flip side, the exotical girls are saying it's not your skin that makes you ugly. Your skin is exceptional. It's you just don't look that good. Or someone else thinks you don't look that good or whatever. So I find that very interesting that we're always trying to validate their skin and say this, this is not a colorism thing. You're just maybe not approachable. Maybe you don't have soft skills, blah, blah, blah. Maybe the people that you're interested in have a specific look that they like and you refuse to adapt to that. So it's not necessarily always like, you're a dark-skinned girl, I don't like you. I'm not saying that's never the case. That is sometimes very much the case, and it is that point blank and simple. But a lot of the talking points that people bring up, it's usually never that.
And y'all man said the dark-skinned women are ugly, brown-skinned women are ugly, and even light-skinned women cannot stay up there with biracial women or other races of women. And we see them fighting back as I think they should. I'm not going to promote them, but I respect the hustle in the game as a creator because they're speaking up for themselves. Look at me, ourselves. Now no. But they think speaking up for themselves because they like, girl, you told me I'm a black woman. Now I'm not no black woman. I'm going to show you a black woman. And we see that those women really do think differently than black women. I.e., point number one, they have self-esteem. They know they value and worth in Blackistan. And the number one reason they making this content, well, see, if you made this far, we in love now. Because they see that they value is diminishing without the colorism hierarchy due to.
So that definitely threw me off. And I think the misconception about why these exotical channels are just light-skinned, multi-generationally mixed, whatever you want to identify as channels are popping up the way that they are is because light-skinned women are not competing with other group of people. And I think that's the biggest misconception. Even Chrissy said that all light-skinned girls are on code, so never think that they're really your friends. They only befriend you so that when you guys go out, they can look like the better one. That's mentally insane. So I think that's a big misconception, is that there's some type of competition. And then even if it was a competition, for what? These niggas? Be for real. And then she specifically said, the hierarchy in Blackistan. So it's not like she's talking about better opportunities. She's literally talking about what she said earlier, BBC. Why would someone want to compete for that? And again, even if there was a hierarchy to be competed for, because there's hierarchies in everything, it wouldn't be the same. She literally said the difference is that certain groups of women, and this isn't a punch down, because again, I am monoracially black, but certain groups of women do have higher self-esteem than others, unfortunately. And that's one of the reasons why the hierarchy is different. We're not, even if there was a competition, babe, you're not competing for the same things. And another thing that throws me off is saying that light-skinned girls think that they're the shit or whatever until biracial girls come in. And then now they're better or whatever because they're they have like less blackness or whatever. By the way, light-skinned girls' beauty standards are for ourselves. The way everyone's beauty standard should be for themselves. When I follow girls on Instagram, I like to follow girls that maybe they're not my spitting image, but I like girls that look like me or have a feature that's similar to mine. That's where I get all my makeup ideas, my hair ideas, or like a body type that's similar to mine. Even if the face looks something like me, if they have the body type that I have, I will follow them. Your beauty standard should be you should be your own blueprint. So to say that light-skinned women are so scared because here come the real exoticals, no, our beauty standards are not the same. Our esteem is not the same. The hierarchy that we would compete in is not the same.
Swirling in divestment. Cause black women ain't going. It's the black women ain't studying about no nig-nog, no it-log, none of that cane favor. They see all they real girls to compete with an option of black women.
And then she says something else that I've been hearing lately, like in the BWE streets, is that another reason why, some devious reason why monoracials are making these exotical channels or whatever, or why exoticals are starting their own channels that they are mixed up and stuff, is basically because we're shaking in our boots over divestment, basically. And I'm like, girl, what does that got to do with anything? But then I thought about it. One, y'all divesting is what created exoticals in the first place. Like, the same thing how in South Africa, if you're a Black American and you go there, they'll think you're colored. That's because we're all mixed up. So divestment is what made exoticals in the first place. So if you don't like exotical people or something, like that's not gonna fix it. And two, I think another reason why they say that is because they think that, again, that we have the same hierarchy. Like we all want the same Black men, and if they just start going for white men and we're just gonna be the preference to pipeline to victim, whatever it is, just like this lady that makes these videos where it's like the preference pipeline, where you're a Black man's preference and something really, really bad happens to you, which is so fucked up. Mind you, Chrissy don't be saying shit about that. Y'all be making fun of all these light-skinned girls, and I'm not even trying to be funny because I used to do it too, which is so crazy. I wouldn't like make fun or anything, but like I would watch those videos and think, yep, another one bites the dust. When it is, preferences gonna learn. He's, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And just the fact that a lot of monoracial light-skinned girls were so open ears to hear the perspective of someone else, and now that we're making our channels, you don't even want to hear it. I find that very disingenuous as well. But yeah, thank you for listening to this video, and I hope you have a very beautiful day.